Hi everybody, welcome to tutorial day. As requested, we've got a hopper minecart unloading system. Now this is the type of thing obviously you use with a farm, and then you want to put it into a storage or just a chest depending on what kind of farm you're using, but you can basically use this with any mob farm. So let's get started. The first thing, of course, is where you want to store it or how to move it. So if this is the farm over here and your mobs are falling here, the minecart comes, picks it up, you want to transport it to obviously a storage system. So you could use hoppers, and what you have here is a little dropper clock. So here you've got your dropper. So if anything falls in here, it goes through here, boom, all the way to storage. So whether it's just hoppers or you've got a water streams and you want to move it down to wherever you want it. And then your minecart, obviously, we switch on over there. You can see it goes back and forth. It will pick up the items depending on the farm you got. So you could have slabs or solid blocks here, then the hopper minecart will still pick it up. But usually your best option is to use slabs so nothing else will spawn in your farm. Depending if you've got like a guardian farm that the mobs just fall dead and boom, it's there. But mobs will still spawn on it, so you're going to make sure it's rather to use slabs. So let's quickly build this up. If we start with your dropper, okay, you put your dropper down, and now you've got your hoppers coming from your kill chamber or wherever where your minecart area is going to be. So first do that. Now what we need to do is on this last hopper going into this dropper here, you place a block, comparator, another block, and then a block over there. Then we want to put a repeater facing towards your dropper as you see here, and then just add some redstone. So that block and comparator is going to take a reading from that hopper. So as soon as something goes in there, it's going to come through, it's going to cause a circuit to go around and then power the dropper itself, so that the items will just spit out into your water stream or more hoppers or wherever you want to send it to. Now for the jumping all over the place. There we go. Okay. Now at your end over here, you can see there, we put a chest down. You're going to put a block over there, a hopper on top of that. Let's quickly, oops, this way. Okay, now you want a comparator over here. So as you see, when this minecart comes here, this hopper and comparator need to read the items inside that and then stop there to drop it off. So we're going to build that little clock now for that, and we do a block over there. Okay, let's get rid of that. We need our rails. Okay, so here you're going to put your power rail. So now you see there's no power to that. So what happens, and obviously you can make this rail system as big or short or long, whatever the case may be, depending on how big your farm is. So let's just quickly do that. So now you see there's no power on that rail. So if we put a minecart on there, it's not going to go anywhere. So we need to power that. So what we do is now, as you can see, the chest with a hopper on top, then you got your rail, and the comparator is reading that hopper. We add a repeater there, and then block like so, and redstone torch over there. So now you see that redstone torch is powering the block, then the repeater, then this block, and then that rail. Now obviously you have to have a block here. As soon as you've got a power rail with a block, that means the minecart can stop there. If you use something else, it's not going to work. You have to have a solid block. And the same on this side. If you put now that like that, and you power that block, and and then we just add that. We can just knock that out and power the blocks. And now there's enough power from these rails to move the cart back and forth. So your minecart, let's get rid of that. Put your minecart there. Now it goes. So obviously if you turn that off, see, now it stops. Now you see these carts will continue going the whole time until it's got items in it. Now if you leave the farm, or you're not by the farm at all, you need to switch this off. Otherwise the carts could just keep running. So that's where you've got this little lever over here. So you might have a whole bunch of these rows of these collection systems here. So depending on how your build goes, you can always just move the lever to this side. So you would have a whole bunch of them like this. There we go. So you could have all these rows up and down here for mobs that are falling on a very big area. So these things are stackable. So you can put this all next to each other. You can build them up like that. You've got the chest over there, up over there. So you build exactly the same thing. Very simple. So what we do is we'll put that on, we'll give it a little test here. So now I want to throw some items. Well, let's go to this one. You can see the other water. Whoop, let's go. Come on. Up we go. Okay, let's drop some items over there. Okay, so now there's your mob items. Now you can see there the cart stops because it's got items in it, which is going through the system. Now that activates the comparator, which switches off the torch, in turn switches off the rail from there. Items go through, and then here we go, the dropper clock spits everything out. So here you could have your storage system, or this can go all the way down there and you want to store it down there. It's entirely up to you. So very easy to build. Just remember to use solid blocks on the edges of your power rails, and then use slabs above your minecarts. And that's it. As simple as that. I hope you guys learned something. Very easy to build. So add it to your mob farms where necessary. Until next time, stay safe and enjoy your Minecraft. Cheers guys.